Good morning. This video is for Wednesday, January 6th. So this week we have been starting our unit on text structures. On Monday, you guys should have done the USA Test Prep pre-assessment. If you have not yet done that, please get that in. That tells me what you know and what you do not know. So that kind of helps me going into next week when we are back in class on what I need to be working on and what we can skip over. Yesterday, you guys should have done the vocabulary activity. You were supposed to watch that video and then take the quiz. Does not matter what score you got on the quiz, as long as you completed it and put some effort in, you are going to get your participation points for the day. Today, you are going to be doing the work that says Wednesday 1-6 text structure notes. So after you have watched this video, you are going to open up these notes, and I'm going to be going over these notes on the video today. So as long as you have watched this video, you can kind of skip through slides 1 through 6, and you'll be able to jump straight to doing slide 7 today. So text structure, how does the author organize the text? So text structure is just how the author organizes everything that they are wanting us to read. There are 5 main text structures. They are description, and that's going to be the first one we talk about. That's usually the easiest one. Chronological order or sequence. You may hear different names, but they are very similar. Problem and solution, compare and contrast, and cause and effect. So the first one we are going to talk about is description. So description is when the text provides detailed descriptions or characteristics about a topic. And right here in this box, I've got some keywords for you that you would look for if we were reading a text, which is what we will be doing next week. So you would look for words like, for example, for instance, characteristics, to begin with, specifically, and another. And when we are reading these articles, we'll be using some different graphic organizers to organize the information that we read. And for description, you use a web. So this should probably look familiar to something like you guys have done in writing class, where in the middle you put your topic, and then in each circle around it, you put details that describe your topic or important facts. The next text structure is chronological order or sequence, and this is when the text is written in the order of events that happen or steps in a procedure. And those keywords include first, next, then, finally, before, during, after, to begin, and lastly. And over here I have this little graphic organizer. This would be more of sequence. So this is your first event, your second event, your third event, your fourth event. You may also see like a step ladder, like first, second, third. And then the graphic organizer that we're going to use for chronological order would be a timeline. So a lot of times when you're reading a nonfiction article, it'll give you dates, but they might also add the pictures using timelines to make it a little bit easier to understand. The next text structure is problem and solution, and this is obviously going to be found in both fiction and nonfiction. This is when the text gives us a problem and then gives us one or more ways that that problem is solved. So those keywords you're going to look for are problem, solution, issue, consequently, and resolved. And then the picture I use to represent that is a question mark. That's your problem. And then a light bulb. The light bulb goes off, you've solved your problem. A lot of times you will see something where it's like a box at the top, and then it has lines going down where it shows the solutions. And we'll talk more about that next week as well. The next text structure is compare and contrast, and we have already worked on this one quite a bit this year. So it just tells how 2 or more things are similar and different. So those keywords are similar, different, same, both, alike, unlike, on the other hand, and in contrast. And the graphic organizer picture we're going to use is this Venn diagram. And if you guys remember, the similarities go in the middle, the differences go on the outside. This is when we did that activity with the Jolly Ranchers and the Tootsie Roll. And the last one we are going to talk about is cause and effect. And this is when the text shares information about an event or the cause and what happens after or because of it. So example, the cause is it's raining, the effect, people are driving slow, or cause, coronavirus, the effect, we're not in school right now. So those keywords you are going to look for are cause, effect, as a result, due to, since, then, because, so, and leads to. And this is the image that we use to represent it. It's an arrow. This is the cause. And this is kind of like the BAM effect. And kind of like problem and solution, when I said earlier, another graphic organizer we use is where there's a box and then it has arrows going down showing the different effects. And we are going to, again, do that more next week because those sometimes get confused by people. They are very similar. So we're going to go over those graphic organizers next week when we are in person together. And then this last slide, this is the slide that you have to do, and this is what you guys are going to be turning in. So here it has the different text structures. And right here, you are going to show me the image that goes with it and then the definition. Now, I said there are 5. This shows 6. It has sequence or sequential and chronological as 2 differences. So remember what I said where the sequence is kind of like this image up here, or like a step ladder, and then the chronological order is more of a timeline. So what you'll do is you'll come over here, you'll grab an image, you'll drag it over. So that shows a question mark with a light bulb. I know that's problem and solution. I would put it right there. And then I would come over here, grab a definition. I would recommend doing all of your pictures first and then coming over here and doing all the definitions. But once you've done all your pictures, you're going to grab a definition, slide it over. This structure provides the reader with information orders by times or dates. So remember, times, dates, timeline, that would be chronological because that is like a timeline. Okay, so once you've done that, put all the pictures here, all the definitions here, then you are going to turn that in. I will be going over this a little bit more during teacher talk time at 11. So if you have questions or you're struggling with that, you can get on at teacher talk time and we will do this together. Also during teacher talk time, I will be playing a Kahoot to show you guys some examples of how these text structures are actually going to be used. If you guys have any questions, again, teacher talk time is at 11, or you can email me or comment on the assignment. Have a great rest of the day, guys.